topic of Shanti meditation is that true human beings are the seekers of peace and happiness.
Тема сегодняшнего занятия истинные человеческие существа ищут мира и счастья.
My master used to guide us by saying, you consciously retire or you will be forced to retire by the nature.
Учитель Гуруджи любил говорить, что сила природы такова, особенность природы такова, что мы рано или поздно наш ум, он будет притупляться, и мы будем, условно уходить на пенсию.
You know, he used the word retire for the stages of development and evolution of the human being.
И он использовал это понятие уходить на пенсию применительно к эволюции человеческого существа.
You're angry all the time, you have to retire from anger.
Can you repeat, please? I couldn't hear the last one.
You're angry all the time, you have to retire from anger.
Да, здесь немножко другое значение имеется в виду. Если человек зол все время, то он должен уходить от злости.
You're eating something and that has caused you the problem, you have to retire from eating.
Если вы постоянно едите что-то, и это доставляет вам проблемы, то необходимо перестать есть.
You are overworking, hurting yourself physically and mentally. You have to retire from overwork. You have to reorganize.
Если вы постоянно перерабатываете, и это доставляет вам вред, неудобства, то тогда необходимо перестать делать это, перерабатывать.
So based on that, the great masters have said that you should think and act in your life as the 4 stages of your development.
Поэтому великие мастера любили повторять, что необходимо думать о своем развитии как о 4 ступенях.
The first stage is learning and education.
Первая ступень – это обучение, изучение.
The world outside is the greatest university.
И тот мир, который нас окружает, он является самым лучшим университетом.
You have a personal life, you have a professional life, some of you are dating, some of you are engaged, some of you are living a married life.
У каждого из вас есть профессиональная какая-то карьера, есть личная жизнь, кто-то встречается, кто-то женат, кто-то живет супружеской жизнью.
It is remarkable when we start learning about living daily in peace and happiness.
И замечательным здесь является то, что ежедневно жизнь учит нас тому, как быть счастливым и жить в мире.
But in order to live in peace and happiness, we need to work behind, inside us, in our personal, in our professional, in our social lives.
Для того, чтобы быть счастливым, чувствовать этот мир, нам необходимо постоянно трудиться в нашей личной жизни, нашей профессиональной жизни, социальной жизни.
And after learning, we need to apply that in our professional, social and family life.
И после того, как мы уже наработали какие-то знания, какой-то опыт, нам необходимо его в этих всех сферах жизни применять.
So the second stage of development comes when you put those principles of learning into practice.
Поэтому следующая ступень развития — это когда изученный материал и опыт, он уже применяется на практике.
Just take an example. You raise your skill. You have learned driving. It also fills your mind with the pleasure.
Например, вы научились водить машину, и тот факт, что вы водите машину, уже вам доставляет удовольствие.
What about the sex? Sex also gives us the pleasure.
Или, например, секс. Секс тоже приносит нам удовольствие.
Which one helps you to raise your skill to the next level?
Что же помогает нам наши способности перевести на следующий уровень?
Both gives you the pleasure, but only one helps you to raise the skill.
Вот оба этих занятия, вождение и секс, они оба доставляют вам удовольствие, но только одно из них позволяет вам перейти на новый уровень развития, скажем.
And that skill changes your brain.
И этот опыт, он меняет ваш ум.
And the brain changes your attitude, behavior, and personality.
А ум меняет вашу личность, ваше поведение, вашу личность.
You know, when an astrologer predicted that the child born to the father of Buddha
Когда астролог предрек, что родился ребенок Будда,
so astrologer predicted that this child will become the greatest enlightened monk and the master.
то этот астролог, он предрек, что этот ребенок, он станет великим учителем, великим отшельником.
You know, the newly born Buddha was enjoying his life because he came on the earth, but his father got worried.
Но новорожденный, он был великим человеком, но его отец переживал очень сильно за него.
And his father only knew the pleasure and the happiness comes from the sex, authority, and the money.
Потому что его отец верил в то, что счастье приходит только через удовольствие, которое в свою очередь вызывается сексом, деньгами и властью.
So he created everything. He created a place for pleasure for Buddha, the young Buddha. Lot of women, the wine, lot of things.
Поэтому отец для своего сына, для будущего Будды, он создал условия, где было множество удовольствий, много женщин, много вкусных кушаний и прочее.
We can assume, I'm not saying with a certainty, because when you are put into that pleasure, the young Buddha might have enjoyed all those pleasure, but he learned one thing. This is not going to change my brain, so he left the kingdom and became an enlightened master.
И молодой Будда, он, испытав все эти удовольствия, сделал для себя вывод, что эти удовольствия не приведут к тому, что мой ум или моя сущность изменится. Поэтому он оставил все эти удовольствия и ушел из своего дома.
What about you? My master used to say, it is always better to retire for few minutes of practice of meditation every day.
Что касается учителя Гуруджи, то он любил говорить, что очень хорошо оставлять все текущие занятия хотя бы на час медитации ежедневно.
Then the third stage of development comes when you get a taste of peace and happiness. Through the practice of meditation, the third stage begins.
И затем через практику медитации приходит третья ступень, когда практикующий уже чувствует мир и счастье в медитации.
You know what happens in the third stage? You are tired, your mind is attracted to meditation. You are not sleeping, mind is attracted to do the practice of meditation.
И случается так, что если человек устал, если он не может заснуть, то ум уже хочет заняться медитацией.
You see that the attraction of the mind shifts to those things that may help you to live in the continued state of the peace and the happiness.
И цели ума, они сдвигаются в направлении медитации, в направлении как жить в постоянном счастье и мире.
So what happens in that stage of development? That is what happened. 5 days I used to work in Delhi, and the 2 days I regularly used to retire. Means I used to run to my master's monastery in the Himalayas.
И так было с Гуруджи, с его собственным развитием. Он работал в Дели 5 дней в неделю, а на 2 дня он уходил к своему учителю в монастырь, жил там.
It is retiring into solitude. It is retiring from the active world to discover the inner treasure.
То есть таким образом человек уходит от текущей жизни, он уходит в одиночество, в поиск более качественных изменений.
This is the real retirement that is related to brain and the mind.
Вот это то, что я вначале перевел как уход на пенсию. Это термин, оставлять все текущие заботы для медитации.
And that we can do in daily life. You don't need to wait for years together before you start the journey of meditation.
И это то, что мы можем выполнять ежедневно. Нам не нужно ждать какого-то часа, мы можем ежедневно заниматься медитацией.
And the fourth stage, then now you are committed to awaken yourself to the peace and happiness that lies within you.
Ну, а четвертый этап эволюции человека — это когда он полностью осознал себя как мир и счастье, когда он пробудился к этому внутреннему миру и счастью.
You all know the four stages. Perhaps I have changed their names: Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa.
Вполне возможно, что вы знаете все эти 4 стадии. Гуруджи просто поменял их имена, вот он сейчас их назвал на санскрите.
So sannyasa means that people think that you wear an orange colored robe, you shave your head and the beard the way I have done, and then I leave everything. That is sannyasa. No, that is wrong perception.
Когда говорят о термине саньяса, то обычно подразумевают, что это какой-то монах, который наголо побрился, который выполняет какие-то ритуалы, но знайте, что это неверное понимание этого термина.
The real sannyasa means every day, maybe 15 minutes or half an hour, you sit, close your eyes, and you say whatever the activities of the external world, let me retire from it completely, or 15 minutes or half an hour.
Истинная саньяса — это когда человек посвящает в день, может 15 минут, может полчаса тому, что он просто садится и абстрагируется от всех текущих повседневных задач, он просто от них уходит в медитацию.
That is the right way of Shanti meditation.
Это правильный способ выполнения шанти-медитации.
And then the real meditation happens when you are living within without doing anything.
А истинная медитация начинается тогда, когда вы живете внутри и ничего не делаете.
It involves learning and engagement, educating your mind,
Это включает в себя обучение своего ума.
it involves empowering your mind,
Это включает то, что вы наделяете свой ум большими способностями.
it involves experiencing and experimenting with your mind,
Включает то, что вы экспериментируете со своим умом и чувствуете, у вас появляются новые ощущения.
So when you reach to these all the four stages, the fifth stage comes, then you evolve your mind consciously and watch it happening.
Когда вы проходите все эти 4 стадии, то это процесс естественной и осознанной эволюции.
Can we do it today?
Можем ли мы сделать это здесь и сейчас?
Let us do it. Let us start.
Давайте начнем шанти-медитацию.
So, close your eyes. First stage, learning and engagement. Eyes are closed. Be comfortable. New brain is always in learning mode. New brain is thinking and learning. It is the home of our self-awareness. That is why you are listening to me. But listen to me with awareness and attention. Eyes are closed, body is comfortable. Look at the neck joint and adjust and align. If it is at unease, look at the shoulder joints, elbows, wrist. Become aware that you are comfortable. Hip joints and knees, ankles and the toes. Maintain your awareness. Did I not tell you this is the first step? Learning and engaging your mind. How do you engage your mind? You look at the joints, you feel the sensation, and you learn that your body is comfortable. Look at the breath, feel the sensation. Look deep inside the breath. Let the thought come and go. Let you remain aware and care-free. Look deep inside your head and the heart. When we learn, we know what we are learning and where the goal is. And there comes an aspiration. Look deep inside your head and the heart, in the space, and say to yourself, I'm awakening to peace, happiness, and wisdom. I'm awakening to peace, happiness, and wisdom. One more time, do it by yourself. I'm awakening to peace, happiness, and wisdom. Today, we are going to do totally a different practice of the same Shanti meditation, following the same principle. Now we move to educating the brain by conscious mind. How we educate the mind? Become aware of the space outside. Become aware of the sensation in the body. Become aware of the space all around your body, as if the space is an envelope. It is a blanket on which your body is covered. Can you see that? The way you see that you are sitting inside your home in a room. Can you see the space all around your body and you feel the sensation? You know what you're educating your mind and the brain to live in the present moment, not taking anything from the past, from the memories. Let us empower the mind, moving to the next step. So you become aware of the space. There is a sensation in the body, and there is a stillness. You are following the path of awareness and attention, and that awareness and attention is telling you the experience. What is that experience? An awareness of the space outside, the sensation in the body, the stillness in the body. So, aware and attentive of the stillness, and it continues. You are empowering. Those who have not attended my previous sessions of Shanti meditation may find it a little bit challenging, but still they can definitely do it. Let me remind you again, empowering. What is that empowering? You have empowered yourself that yes, I'm aware of the body. How I'm aware? There is a sensation. I'm aware of the space outside. I'm aware of the stillness. What is next? Next is your experience. If you have a space, sensation, stillness, look inside the head and see, are you aware of the space inside? You have started living. You know by conscious experience this is the way to live within. To have a deeper experience, I have covered the first 3 steps very fast. Now you are in the state of awareness of a conscious experience. What is that conscious experience? You are looking inside the head. You are aware of the space and the darkness inside you now. You are living within. In that state, now look at the breath. The breath is going in and out. You're feeling the sensation of the breath. There is no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. But you are aware of this breath in the state of conscious experience of sensation, stillness, space outside. And the breath is also happening. You're simply looking at the breath. We are moving into traditional, I would say, that is not taught in a formal setting that you are learning today. You are simply aware of the happening. What is happening? You're looking at the breath going in and out, feeling the sensation. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. That too in the state of sensation and the stillness. That experience continues. And now we introduce a simple doing. That is why sometimes the mindfulness is always associated with the breath. We are going to do that. Look at the breath. The moment the breath goes in, look at a point on the forehead. The breath comes out, look at a point on the forehead, and then start counting the breath. The breath goes in one. Breath comes out one, in two, out two. Go on counting the breath. 1 to 25. When you complete the counting, start again. What is happening? You are in that state of sensation and the stillness in the body. The mind is living within. The breath goes in, you feel the sensation at a point, and you're counting. Sensation at a point on the forehead keeps your attention inward. Neuroscience says inward moving of the mind and keeping the attention changes the brain. You are counting the breath 1 to 25. When you complete it, start the counting again. And now you can educate your mind. While doing this, you are learning, you're engaging your mind, you're educating, you're empowering. All the steps goes together. How? You're counting the breath and you forget it. What you should be doing, you re-engage your mind. Then what happens? You're counting, you forget it. Before you forget, you educate the mind, come on. We have done this before. Okay? And as you continue the practice, you know what happens? You continue the practice, what happens? Now you know how to empower. Empower means the mind now is not distracted, it is counting, it completes it, it repeats it. What the learning and engagement, education and empowering brings, a conscious experience of keeping your awareness and attention inside so that you can see what you can see, something behind the counting, some sort of deeper awareness. Yes, that is the key of awareness of the breath in any meditation. We'll still explore it. Now stop the counting of the breath, do nothing. Return to the happening mode. What is happening to you? You are aware of the space, sensation, stillness. Where? In the body. You are aware of the breath going in and out. You're living within. You're not doing anything. You're in a happening state. That is your conscious experience of what? Of inner peace, relaxation, calmness. Thought may be there. Okay, let the thought be there. Don't worry about it. And now is the time to start counting the breath again. 1, 2, 25, then 25 to 1. You're counting the breath. Do you remember? You're counting the breath in the state of stillness, deepening of the sensation in the body. Why that conscious experience is going to change your brain. Counting the breath. 1 to 25 and 25 to 1. You can mute your speaker. I could hear the noise from your speaker. When you mute it, you can listen to me clearly. Counting 1 to 25. When you complete it, start the reverse counting. 25 to 1. You complete it, return again to the counting of the breath 1 to 25, then 25 to 1. What we are doing, we are keeping the awareness and attention inside by counting consciously, by keeping awareness of the sensation and the stillness in the body. You see how challenging the opportunity is. learning and engagement, educating, empowering, conscious experience of living within continues in the background, and in the front you're counting the breath. That can take you to a deeper state in no time. Your mind will say to you, no, I'm tired. What you need to do? Engage your mind. Mind says, I'm going to move the body. Educate your mind. Tell your mind the stillness in the body can take me to a higher state of peace and happiness. Mind suddenly starts wandering, forgets the count. Empower. How do you empower? Remind yourself that you are living inside you. You see, a small thing can take you away from the meditation. That is how I have designed the Shanti meditation. That is how I designed it. So now in the entire process of counting, it is something like driving. You're driving in the middle lane. Now you see, no, okay, let me shift to the left lane. No, let me shift to the right lane. Oh, let me reduce the speed. Let me increase the speed. The car is in front at the back. You know, all these are obstacles on the path of meditation coming from our reptilian brain and the chemical brain. And we use these tips where to learn, where to give us space, where to empower while counting the breath. So many people think, oh, counting the breath is so easy, I can do it, so I can go into meditation. Question is, who cannot count the breath? Who is even little bit educated? Who cannot be aware of the breath? Everyone. But you are aware of the breath and counting the breath in totally a different dimension. That is the key. I'm just making you aware. And now stop the counting again. Do nothing. So when you're doing nothing, you're happening. The inner learning continues. You are aware of the space, the sensation, the stillness in the body. You are aware the mind is living within. You are aware of the breath going in and out, feeling the sensation. There is no change in the breath, and you are aware of your own experience. Maybe of calmness, maybe of peace, maybe of relaxation, maybe of tingling and a numbness. That brings the success. And now let us go for a long walk with the counting. Start the counting looking at a point on the forehead from 1 to 50 and 50 to 1. Reverse counting. You do the mistake in counting. Somewhere you did not empower the mind to live within. The mind starts wandering, you forgot everything. You move the body, unconscious mind is taking over you. With that idea, with that awareness in mind, start counting the breath from 1 to 50 and 50 to 1. We are in Shanti meditation. This is our 5th session after learning deeply the steps in the first 4 sessions. We are picking up the 1. It is extremely easy to say that yes, you start counting the breath from 1 to 50. But we are counting the breath in the state of passivity of the body, conscious experience of the sensation and the stillness in the body, and mind is living within. In that state, we are counting the breath. So what happens? You start becoming aware of something behind the counting. That is your conscious experience. It comes naturally. Let us see what happens today. We are really doing nothing today except counting the breath from 1 to 50 and 50 to 1 in the state of conscious mind, learning, educating, empowering, experiencing at every moment. You know, we all know the driving is what? Is a tool to reach home, to go to the office, to go to the mall. The counting of the breath is a tool to go where? To go deep inside, to explore yourself. You always keep in mind when driving where you are going. We should keep our aspiration very clear. Continue to maintain an awareness what is happening behind the breath, behind the counting of the breath. You're counting 1 to 50, 50 to 1, then you go to the reverse counting. And during that counting, when you drive a car, during driving, you encounter many cars on the road, on the right lane, on the left lane, on the front, on the rear. Same thing. So you will discover lot of challenges, but you are already empowering your mind with educating, with conscious experience of living within, with awareness of the sensation in the stillness, a lot of things. You're already there. So now do you worry if the thought comes? No. Thought is another car in a separate lane, or maybe in front of your car, maybe at the rear. Do you fight with it? No. Do you control it? No. So your counting is continuous, and sometimes what happens? These cars strikes your counting, you forget. When you forget, everything comes. But sometimes you're counting the breath, you're aware of the thought also going on a parallel line, and at the same time, you are consciously experiencing the state of emptiness deep down. Maybe some vision, maybe some color, maybe a pure space. Anything can happen. And do nothing. Again move into the state of what? Again move into the state of happening. Move into the state of happening. Yes, my friend. You are into the state of happening. Yes. You're not doing anything. You're just in the state of happening. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right palm, your awareness on the left palm. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. Two things. You can open your audio and video so that we can look at one another. And then you can share your experiences. It is very important part. So that you know how to progress. You should know how to counter the barriers. And those who are watching in the YouTube, they can also send their comments on the YouTube and I will answer. That is the first. Or they can send the chat message on my info@girishjhar.org. So come on, let us start sharing your experiences. Who is near me? This beautiful girl, who is this? What is your experience? You know, the way she is looking, the same way you have to look at the breath. Curious, surprise, and counting. Mentally, you have to look at the breath away. How is your experience? Come on. Curious, aware, still. You see that? That is the way you're looking inside. I'm good. Arthur is good. So what is your experience? Let us share your experiences in Tanina. I'm calm now, but when we started counting to 50, my body made some sort of all body shudder, almost dragging me back to the reality. Yes, that happens. So today we actually learned how to be mindful of the breath. It has to be persistent, but it has to be done with sense of awareness. Sense of awareness. Yeah, Antonina is here. With a sense of awareness. Dennis is saying the doing nothing at the end was very still, peaceful and calm. Could sit some more time like this. That is the real state. That is why you see that I introduced the state of doing nothing in between. Why I do it? In order to take you deeper. So next time, the moment I introduce the state of doing nothing in between, you consciously should know that you are doing nothing and you're in meditative state. Come on, continue sharing your experiences either by writing on the chat message or you can even write on the, even you should be writing. The dentist will tell you that how to write your message on the YouTube video. Eliona. Okay. Eliona. Where is Eliona? Eliona is here. So Eliona doesn't have a picture. Elena says, thank you, Guruji. The experience was deep and concentrated, but when we started to do nothing, my mind wandered away. Yes, look at the two experiences. The dentist says, mind became more calm. You say, it started wandering. So can you figure out? Did you engage the mind? Did you educate the mind to remain within? Did you empower the mind to live continuously within? There was the problem. But don't worry, by regular practice, it comes. You become aware. Yes, it happens. But There should be an experience of peace. Come on, Arthur, Armin. I'm looking, I'm seeing you after a long time. Armin, how are you and what is your experience? No. Arthur, how's your experience? Kate has shared her experience. Thank you, Guruji. It was hard to count and listen at the same time. When doing nothing was silence. Yes, that too happens when the mind starts educating itself. For example, the skill of driving. You know how scared you are? And you blame the teacher. Oh, you tell me one thing at one time. But the teacher is right. So gradually what happens, that part of the mind is causing that duality. So continue to do it. But on the other hand, you have been doing the practice. When you do nothing, you move into the silence. That is your great experience. Kate? And Ilyana is done, Kat. And who else? Right. Armin, Arthur, where you guys are? Share your experiences. No? Who is there? Who has opened his audio? You can start speaking. We will hear you. Nobody else sharing the experiences. The more you share, the better it is to progress. So we understand the helpers and the barriers, and it becomes easy for us to progress in the next session. So we'll continue to do the same practice in a little modified manner next week, but with reference to a new topic that may be extremely dear to you. So my friends, thank you very much for joining me. We will meet again next week. Till then, be in peace. Keep smiling.